Hi everybody, Gaming Glitch Central here, bringing you the very first episode of Best Gaming Info and Rumors. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Ocarina of Time glitching, as well as a rumored feature from Nintendo that is going to be released on the eShop, which is N64 related. In Ocarina of Time right now, there is a glitch that was discovered by Deku Nuts, and basically it requires that you do not pick up Deku Nuts until a very certain part of the Deku tree, and it basically involves having to be able to manipulate what you're picking up and manipulating the game's inventory into getting a bottle. Now, the thing is this glitch is very hard. Now, the reason I say that is because it requires perfect timing and perfect positioning, as well as making sure you do not soft lock the game, because potentially this could soft lock the game, depending on how you pick up the item, and basically, it requires that you get a Deku Nut to spawn at a specific spot of a crawl space. You enter a crawl space and then you exit it and make sure you pick it up. And at the same time, what happens is that the camera gets confused, and basically you have to make sure the camera is not facing is not facing directly at the item, but rather is facing in the normal direction of how the game is usually featured in. Now, what happens is when this glitch happens, usually the environment freezes when you pick up an item for the first time, but when this glitch happens, the environment is actually not frozen. So this means that you can manipulate the game's memory into thinking what you actually pick up. And by doing that, you go up to a chest, and then without hitting A, you go into the water after that, and it writes different value into your inventory. So basically meaning it writes items into your inventory without you having to actually get them. So as I said earlier, you get a bottle for one chest that you go up to. The other chest is that you get light arrows. Now, I have an idea because this glitch could work. If you get light arrows, and usually in regular any percent, you'd have to go through the game as you were intended. But of course, skipping every dungeon except Shadow and Spirit Temple, you basically need those two medallions in order to trigger the cutscene where you meet Sheik. But the game also checks, in order for Rainbow Bridge to spawn, for you to actually have light arrows in your inventory. So, with that being said, I think that the idea of having the light arrows by doing this Deku Nut glitch allows you to save maybe 5 to 8 minutes of the run, because of how this trick was discovered. You can basically save 5 to 8 minutes without having to watch the scene where Sheik shows up as Zelda. So that's what I think. However, I think this glitch can literally ruin a run because of the fact that there's something called RNG. Now, what RNG is basically it stands for random number generator. Basically, random number generator is basically something that generates a random number, and that number being a certain item. Now, the thing is, when you defeat a Gomaling, or like if you break a pot or cut grass, it spawns a random item. So that's one thing that, or sometimes it just doesn't even spawn an item. So that's one thing that this glitch can like literally ruin a run, is because you'd be spending so much time just making sure a Deku Nut spawns in the right place and literally just spawns out of nowhere. So the thing is I think this glitch is worthless. So I don't know why people are still trying it, because it's not going to help in any way. That's what I think. I'm not literally hating on the community because, that's disrespectful, but I just think, in my opinion, that it's not going to help at all, because here we are trying to test out a glitch that could save time, but basically you have to go through something called RNG. So RNG is totally out of it, but I mean, who's to say? I mean, the community's to decide, really. I'm I started speedrunning maybe two years ago, but I don't really do recorded runs. But that's just me. Anyways, moving on from Ocarina of Time, we're going to talk on to the next subject, um, which is basically the Wii U. Now, the Wii U has been around for what, like 3-4 years or something like that. I could be wrong, but there is a service that they might actually put up, and it's basically they want to release Nintendo 64 games on the Wii U, but they also have an idea of basically revamping almost every N64 game. Now, when I say almost, I mean almost every N64 game. So there are about maybe over 200 N64 games. So those 200 games are definitely not going to be, maybe I'd say around 30 to 50 N64 games. But I've never seen over 30 to 50 N64 other virtual console related titles on the eShop. But the thing is what I think is that I think it's a good idea that they're releasing Wii U N64 games, because a lot of people want to relive classic moments. If they didn't have a Wii, then they can do that. But they also have something they want to do, which is called ReUmagined. Now, what ReUmagined is basically a totally revamp of N64 games. So, for example, we might get an HD Super Mario 64, or we might get an HD remake of the Mario Party 1 or 2 or 3 games. Even though Nintendo didn't end up releasing 1 or 3 on Virtual Console, it would still be interesting if they made a remake of that, or they made a higher definition of Ocarina of Time 3D. But that's all under speculation of what's going to come. I mean, like, who knows what's going to happen with this idea, if it's going to like go downhill, or it's going to go uphill in terms of its success rate. Now, but the only thing is they can actually ruin this idea, because a lot of people were saying, there's going to be a whole bunch of DLC that's probably going to be added and so forth. But the only thing is like, a game can be perfect at its point, okay? So if you were to add more things towards something like Mario 64 by payment, or something like Ocarina of Time by payment, maybe the expansion for Ocarina of Time, which we all know is 4 dungeons, basically everything in Majora's Mask, that could technically be added in this revamp of Ocarina of Time. And there will obviously be a payment kind of thing, of course, you'd have to go through. But this is all under speculation, so who knows. But anyways, that's just to wrap up this video of best gaming info and rumors. Now, obviously, the saying starting off small, whatever. I'd like to take ideas from people who give me suggestions on what I should do to make these videos and so forth. So, I'm not really a big professional in terms of software. Well, I am, but I sort of literally got out of that trend a while ago, and I don't know, I'm trying to get back. But let me tell you something. I love taking ideas, okay? I love taking ideas. So, if you're watching this, and you've watched the whole video, please leave a comment down below. How should I preview these series of best gaming info and rumors? What should I have? What should I talk about? What should I have being displayed? And how can I make this successful? You leave comments down below. Like this video if you really liked what I talked about in this video. Don't give me hate. I don't want that. I can't keep up with best gaming info and rumors as I can. I have other responsibilities I have to take care of. So I'm not always on the internet, which can be a terrible thing for this, but like, getting ideas from all of you would really help. So if you really liked this video, like it, leave a comment down below in the comment section, and be sure to subscribe for more great videos, as well as the videos that are to come for best gaming info and rumors. And guys, I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.